Everyone, this is Tommy here, so welcome to part 2 of my PS3 games collection. So today I'm going to show you some of my other PS3 games in part 2. This will be focusing on fighting games, one of my favourite genres next to RPG and Dynasty Warriors style games. So anyway, let's start. So the first game I showed you in part 2 of my PS3 games collection is Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Yep, a Street Fighter and Tekken crossover. This is actually one of my first PS3 games I got for Christmas back in 2012. Yep, that game was released in 2012, which is the same year as Kid Icarus Uprising, Soul Calibur 5, and Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Here's the front, there's the side and the back. And here's the disc and instruction manual. And next up is Street Fighter 4. Yeah, a game where Street Fighter enters a new generation. A 2D fighting game with 3D graphics and a few new characters. And anime-styled cutscenes. There's a front, the side, and the back. The number 1 fighter is back with classic 1-1 gameplay, now with stunning HD graphics. And here is the instruction manual in the disc. And next up is Super Street Fighter 4, the updated Super Street Fighter 4, including new characters and new stages and new moves. And next up is an enhanced version of Super Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 4 Ultra Street Fighter 4. Like Super Street Fighter 4, Ultra Street Fighter 4 have new characters, new stages, and includes some of the DLCs from Super Street Fighter 4 and characters from Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. And next up is one of the games I got for Christmas back in 2012. Tekken Tag Tournament 2, the sequel to Tekken Tag Tournament. A 2000 PS2 game and one of my first PS2 games I got. And this is actually one of the first PS3 games I have. There's the front, there's the side, and the back. It has over 50 characters. This is actually one of the biggest character rosters in a Tekken game. And there's the instruction manual and the disc. And next up is Tekken 6. A sequel to Tekken 5, which was released a few years after Tekken 5. There's the front, the side, and the back. Oh, and here's the disc and the instruction manual. Next up is Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds. This is a Marvel vs. Capcom game with 3D graphics. This is actually a great game, in my opinion. It was released in 2011, 11 years after Marvel vs. Capcom 2. There's the front, side, and the back. Fight with greatness. Over 32 playable characters, including Ryu, Wolverine, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and the others. And here's the disc and the instruction manual. Next up is Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the enhanced version of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It added new characters like Strider and Rocket Raccoon. There's the front, there's the side, and there's the back. And here is the instruction manual in the disc. And next up is Soul Calibur 4. This is actually the first Soul Calibur game in the HD console. This is actually a pretty interesting game because it had a great soundtrack, cool graphics, and it has character creation, and it featured Darth Vader from Star Wars in the pre-PS3 version, while Yoda appears in the Xbox 360 version of Soul Calibur 4. There's the front, there's the side, and there's the back. And there's the instruction manual and the disc. This was released in 2008, 3 years after Soul Calibur 3. But in 2011, they released Soul Calibur 5. Well, I have Soul Calibur 5 long ago, but not anymore. But 6 years later, they released Soul Calibur 6, a soft reboot of the Soul Calibur games, which is released on the PS4. But I think this is a better Soul Calibur game on the PS3 and Xbox 360. But last but not least, King of Fighters 13. One of the games from the iconic King of Fighters games series. There's the front, the side, and the back. It has more than 30 characters, like 30 of the SNK characters, like Terry Bogard, Ryo, and many more. And here's the poster, the instruction manual, and the game disc, and the bonus disc that has arts of the game. So that was it for my PS3 games collection. But there'll be one more part to go because I'm going to show you some of my more PS3 games coming next in the next couple of weeks or a couple of days. So I hope you enjoyed part 2 of my PS3 games collection. So see you next time, guys.